get there, lads. We get there. Into me a little bit there.
Growing a bit, isn't
You are, yeah. Lady Days all Make Connect TV, standing backstage at the National Basketball Arena in Tala. Assassin Boxing's rise again with a victorious Dylan Moran. Well,
Lydia, how are you?
I'm raging. I missed your first round stoppage.
Yeah, it happened a bit quick, didn't it?
Yeah, too quick.
Yeah, I know. Look, I'm glad to get him out of there. You know. The last 8 weeks went perfect. A brilliant training camp. Biggest build up to my fight to date. You know what I mean? It was everything just went perfect. And I come in and they tell me that the guy I was supposed to fight never got on the plane. You know, so late change of opponent. But we just had to improvise and we got the job done. So.
Well, obviously, I was talking to you there earlier on before we, when we came in first and the place was still getting set up, and you were telling me about the opponent change, and you were so calm and so cool.
Yeah.
Like, was that kind of in your mind? You're like, right, stay calm. You're still fighting. Just carry on.
Yeah, you have to control the thoughts. You know, no matter what it is in life, if you leave your thoughts running away with you, you're in trouble, aren't you? You know what I mean? So I just said, look, it is what it is. I have a job to do, and I got it done. So. Mm-hmm. Brilliant.
Yeah, brilliant. The last time that I had you on the show was in the National Stadium. It was
sure was, yeah.
What was the name of that show?
I'm not sure, but I remember we got all the snow and I had no gear.
And it was on TG4.
Yeah, it was just an absolute disaster.
Last man standing, there you go.
The last man standing, yeah, that's the one. It was an absolute disaster, you know what I mean? So this one had went perfect, you know what I mean? And my performance showed that. Training went great, sparring went great. It was the biggest build-up back home from any of my fights I've ever had. You know, the hype was amazing. The Waterford people, you seen them out there, you know, they come out in numbers for me, and I have to go in and put on a good show for them people, you know. So look, together we work well, so happy days.
I was literally, because obviously I was interviewing Craig McCarthy as well, another fellow Waterford man, and he was obviously
you know, great performance. Absolutely. You know what I mean? Onwards and upwards for the two of us. It's great.
Yeah, definitely. And one thing that we were speaking about was obviously the crowd that you have outside there. Like, I mean, it actually makes me proud being from Waterford as well. Do you know what I mean? To see that, like, we've got such a fighting spirit and fighting community, you know?
100%. And I take pride in it. You know what I mean? I take pride in it. We've got nightclub started at home. We're all going home. We're going to have a great night. I'm going to have a great weekend, you know.
What nightclub?
The Factory in Waterford.
Yeah,
it's the newest nightclub in the town. They've got behind me. They have me on a big screen above the door. It's absolutely crazy. You know what I mean? So the hype was brilliant. The fight went well. I can't complain. Everything just went perfect for me. So happy days.
Good stuff, good stuff. So what have you been up to in that time since we last saw you? Because it's nearly, must be a year, is it?
Yeah, it's been a good couple of months, you know, just staying in the gym. This is a cruel game, you know, it really is. People don't see what goes on behind the scenes. Like, the last 6 weeks for me have just been brutal, you know what I mean? But, like, look, it's all paid off, you know, and you spend so long training and thinking about and worrying about tonight, and now that has happened, it'll be over before you know it. So I'm just trying to live in the moment, soak it all in, enjoy it, you know what I mean, make it last for the night, and happy days. Back to the gym next week.
Absolutely. And I was actually speaking to someone. Who was I speaking to? Jim Upton. I was out in Fighters Corner there, and we were talking, and I was saying I was from Waterford, and he was obviously talking about you as well, and he was saying about your dad, and I had no idea that, like, your dad was involved in sport as well. You know what I mean?
Since I'm a baby, you know what I mean, and now my best mate Stephen has come on board as well. So look, you're only as good as the people you have around you, and in my opinion, I've got the best. You know what I mean? From fans to everyone that helps me day in and day out. They don't have to do it; they do it off just their own back. You know, they're just good people, and together we always get across the finish line. So, like I said, onwards and upwards.
Absolutely. What kind of advice does your dad give you? Because obviously, like, you're at such an advantage with someone who's been in the sport before you. You know what I mean?
You know what? My dad just tells me, plain and simple, go in and get him out of there. You know what I mean? And there is nothing else to it in his head. Do you know what I mean? Go in and get him out of there. You win the battle, you win the war. You know what I mean? That's it. That's his advice. You know, and I know I have to start bringing a bit of a game plan into it. But I listened to him tonight. I listened to Stephen. We all worked together, had a plan, and we got him out there 2 minutes into the first round. So look, if it's not broke, don't fix it. We're working well together. We're enjoying it. It's a great experience. You know what I mean? And yeah, like I said, onwards and upwards.
Good stuff. Do we know what's next? What are we on to?
Yeah, I want to stay busy. You know, I speak to Connor and Kaz. I think I'm gonna go to Mexico. Maybe, you know, in a month, Mexico, and then the lads are bringing pro boxing to Mayo for Ray Milot homecoming, and I'm looking to get on that for some sort of a title. You know what I mean? My name's in the mix, and hopefully it comes off.
Hopefully we'll be down there as well, covering it.
Without a doubt, you know what I mean? Be good to see you there.
Absolutely. So back home now to Waterford.
Back home to Waterford, you know. Like I said, good night in store, and I'm just going to soak it all in, live in the moment, and look, 6-0 tonight. It's a great milestone for me, but the reality is we're nowhere near where we need to be or where we want to be, so to speak. So I'm going to enjoy tonight, but each fight I'm just getting hungrier, and I'm going to work harder. You know what I mean? So back to the gym as soon as possible.
Good stuff. Well, on that note, Dylan Moran for MMA Connect TV.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Brilliant.
Great to see you, mate.